I think do what makes you happy is one of the worst pieces of advice, and I'll explain why. Hi, I'm G, a 30-year-old first-time mom and caretaker to her mother for a couple of years now. Why do I always say that telling someone that, oh, you make sure you do what you want, make sure you do what makes you happy? Who tells you that many of us have the option of doing what we want or doing what makes us happy? Many people do not actually realize doing what makes them happy is a privilege, and that is a big privilege. Being in position to say, for example, oh, I want to go skiing, and the only thing they have to do is to pack their bags and go. That right there is a privilege. As a collective, I wish we stopped taking all these things lightly, because they're not. It is not very casual to say, oh, I'm going to pack my bags and disappear for the weekend. That's the life of a young adult, normally. But keep in mind, many young adults do not even have the money. We live in a society where many people, I don't want to say many because that would be exaggerated, I think. And I do not have, obviously, the numbers to this or that. I do not have the statistics. But many people, many young adults are surviving. That's just a fact. You telling a young adult, do what makes you happy. Well, what makes this young adult happy is $1 million. They don't have it. What would make this young adult happy would be living every day as if she were or he were on holiday. That's another example. But all this is not sustainable. Indeed, it is unreachable. It is out of reach for the usual, normal young adult. Now, let's not come about with all the you should have worked hard. Well, I did. And many of other young adults did work hard, right? I feel like happiness, doing what makes one happy, is a huge privilege. And it should be taken as such. We should, as a collective, we should stop being so tone deaf and just casually using these words. Well, just do what makes you happy. Hello? First, ask me what makes me happy, right? They're different. People are living under different circumstances. And then people are not going to walk with shields explaining what they're going through. Because, as a matter of fact, people don't care. And it is okay because everyone has their own little baggage to carry. Everyone. Everyone is tired. Everyone is overstretched. Everyone is overstimulated, overtouched. Like, our generation is, I feel like our generation is after, how do they say? Like, work, 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 work. You have to show results, deadlines. And that is why, again, our generation suffers the highest number of, or has the highest number of mental health problems. Whereby I think this might not be so true because I do not think back then our parents used to go for therapy. So they actually don't know whether that number was high or maybe it was lower than ours. That is not even important. What I wanted to say is that we should we should really come together as a collective and stop being tone deaf. Honestly, we should try to be kinder to each other. Stop just throwing words around. Well, do what makes you happy. There is nothing I hate more than someone telling me do what makes you happy without even knowing what makes me happy. Because you know what makes me happy is $100 million. Then I could build a dormitory for my little girls in Uganda. I could build a school. I could build hospitals. I could supply with them sanitary pads for years and years and years. That is what makes me happy. So telling me to do what makes me happy, minus having the means, yeah, I feel like that's, I don't know how many times I've said tone deaf, but yeah, it is. And we should do better as a collective. We should do better as adults because I don't think a 30-year-old is even a young adult anymore. No, that's a real adult. Oops. That's a real grown up man or woman at 30 years old. So I feel like we shouldn't be saying some words. We shouldn't be freely using some sentences. We should be thinking more, right, about what we say, what we do. And you can tell me in the comments what you think about this. I don't know, it might be an unpopular opinion, it might be a hot take, but that is not really my problem. It's my opinion. And I've had it, like I've come across many people who just throw around the sentence of just do what makes you happy. As a mother and a caregiver, I'm telling you 100%, it is not possible to always do what makes you happy. You have to find your happiness through your struggles. That is what happens. That is what real life is. And I know I'm not speaking for myself alone. I know many people are going through that. You find happiness through your struggles, which is indeed sad because a struggle shouldn't make you happy. You know, a struggle shouldn't make you happy. You find happiness in your decisions. For example, this is real life. It happened. My mom was operated on the thyroid, I think 2 months ago. I knew the operation was going to help her, but it was a struggle for me to sign those papers for her to be operated because you never have a guarantee that someone is going to come back out of that operation room alive or not. So I found happiness in my struggle of asking myself, are you doing the right thing? And the happiness in that, are you doing the right thing, was the operation is going to be successful. If the operation is successful, she will have XYZ from this operation. Yeah. So please, again, let me know in the comments below what you think about this whole do what makes you happy thing. And I'll catch you guys hopefully next week. Bye.